23 CR 4281A, State of Texas versus Vanessa Rubio.
Welcome back, everyone. This case opens with what looks like a routine plea proceeding, but trust me, this one spirals fast. Judge Boyd, known for being direct and methodical, is about to walk through what seems like a standard guilty plea for theft of a firearm. A serious charge already because firearm-related offenses are taken extremely seriously in Texas courts. Right now, we're seeing the procedural groundwork: discovery confirmed, indictment acknowledged, paperwork signed. Everything seems smooth on the surface. The defense requests community supervision instead of deferred adjudication, meaning Rubio is pleading guilty now and asking for probation instead of risking prison time. That's already a strategic choice. But here's where tension starts brewing. Sentencing today means the judge will immediately evaluate Rubio's life circumstances, honesty, and readiness for supervision. Employment, stability, family environment, substance use, all of that matters. And here's the twist we're about to witness. What should have been a straightforward sentencing hearing starts unraveling because of inconsistent answers and credibility problems. Judges can work with mistakes. They struggle to work with dishonesty. Watch closely. The next few minutes will show how quickly courtroom tone shifts when trust breaks down. And let me ask you right now, do you think honesty or legal strategy matters more when a judge is deciding your future? Because in this courtroom, both are about to collide hard.
Your Honor, good morning. Frankie Sandoval on behalf of Ms. Rubio.
Are you Ms. Rubio? Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Rubio, I'm showing you what's entitled application for community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, I did.
Showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
Counsel, it appears that the state is proceeding on the indictment as presented. Is that correct?
My understanding, Judge.
State, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Rubio, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of theft of a firearm? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
For deferred, is she applying for deferred?
And Your Honor, for clarification, after the discussion with Ms. Rubio, we would respectfully request that we go forward on a regular community supervision. Your Honor, she does not wish to apply for deferred, and in the interest of justice, pending any type of evaluations that the court deems them fit, I would ask for sentencing today, Your Honor.
All right. So the state recommends community supervision. They're taking into consideration night mag number 716819, grand jury number 785613, JN number 2097716. There's to be restitution to Kyle Barney, KYLEBORNE. And you ought to agree that this crime was committed as a party with William Gordon and Nicholas Sarabia. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense. All right, after reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
In the interest of justice, that would be our request, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, I stand here with Ms. Rubio. As the court is aware, we had a minor issue with respect to her bond. In order for judicial efficiency and to get on with her life and begin the process of putting this behind her, she sought my direction at attempting to resolve all matters. And that's what she wanted to do today, is to accept responsibility, come forward and start the process of putting this behind her with whatever conditions the court deems appropriate, given the totality of the circumstances and the information the court learned today.
All right. Are you employed?
No.
How do you support yourself?
Currently I am not. Since I went to jail for this, I lost my job, so I'm still looking for a new one.
So when's the last time you were employed?
The beginning of June, or the middle of June, I guess. Maybe about the middle of June.
Do you have any children?
Yes, 2.
What are their ages?
She just turned 12 and 14.
This is the moment where sentencing hearings become deeply personal. Judges don't just punish crimes, they evaluate stability. Employment, childcare arrangements, and living situations tell the court whether probation will actually work. Rubio explains she lost her job after jail, which is common. Arrests ripple through people's lives, jobs, housing, family relationships all get hit. But then the conversation shifts to custody and who actually lives with the children, and things start sounding inconsistent. And consistency matters. Judges listen carefully for contradictions because supervision decisions depend on knowing who is around minors, who influences the home environment, and whether kids are in safe conditions. When answers start changing, who lives where, who's involved, who's not, it raises red flags. Not necessarily criminal ones, but credibility ones. And credibility is everything in sentencing. Think about it. Probation is built on trust. If a judge feels uncertain about the facts, they tighten restrictions to protect children and public safety. Here's something for you. Should courts give struggling parents more flexibility, or should child safety always outweigh second chances? Because the judge's patience is clearly thinning, and the consequences are about to escalate fast.
Who is the father?
William Bloodworth is one of them.
I'm sorry, who?
William Bloodworth. He is the father of my daughter,
Mhm.
and my son's father is not involved. He takes that place of that.
So you're saying you're living with William Bloodworth? Yeah, but in this, it says that Nick Sarabia is your boyfriend. That's what it says in the police report.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's not okay. That's what it says in the police report.
And
So
he
who is
was-
this other person?
That is my kid's, sorry, that is my kid's father.
No, you didn't mention Nick Sarabia as being the father
No,
of
he
any.
is not the father of my kids.
No, excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Can you tell me what she just said in regards to Nick Sarabia?
I didn't say anything.
Mentioned that Nick Sarabia is being there.
All right, thank you. So you said that Nick Sarabia was the children's father, but you just told me that,
I'm sorry, he is not the children's father. He was the boyfriend at the time. He is locked up right now. We have not spoken.
Mhm. And then why were you dishonest with me about your drug test?
I'm sorry. That was 7 days ago. I didn't think that it was me.
No.
This is where the courtroom energy shifts completely. Judge Boyd now believes Rubio has been dishonest, not just once, but repeatedly. Drug use, relationship details, custody arrangements, it all starts looking unreliable. Methamphetamine use is especially serious in custody situations. Drug use plus childcare responsibilities instantly raises safety concerns. And when Rubio says her last use was 7 days ago, but the test indicates more recent use, the judge sees it as intentional deception. And judges take lying personally, not emotionally, but professionally. Courts depend on truthful answers to make safe decisions. When honesty collapses, leniency usually collapses with it. Notice how the judge says dishonesty isn't nerves, it's choice. That's a powerful moment. The court is signaling that accountability isn't optional here. This is a turning point. Rubio probably still gets probation, but now it will come with heavy restrictions because trust is gone. And here's the question. If someone lies out of fear in court, should judges punish the lie or try to understand the fear behind it? Because right now, fear is costing Rubio dearly.
Last time you used, and what are you using on a regular basis?
7 days ago.
What are you using?
There was meth on 7 days ago.
Now, listen to my question. What drugs are you using?
Meth.
How often are you using meth?
Last time we did it was 7 days ago. 7 days.
And what else are you using?
Nothing else.
And what is the father, Mr. Bloodworth, what is he using?
Nothing. Oh, your brother? Nothing.
I find that people,
We don't live together. We both share custody of my kids. They live with me and then they live with their dad.
okay,
We
she's,
do a joint custody.
time out. You're being very dishonest and slippery with me because I asked you, my mind is a steel trap, but I wanted the court reporter to read back because maybe my mind is failing, but I highly doubt that. You told me that your children were living with you and their father, and you said the other father he's not a part of anything. Now you're telling me, oh no, he doesn't live with me. It's on and off. You've been dishonest with me from the very beginning. You were dishonest when I asked you if you're going to be positive. You were dishonest about that. Then you were dishonest about Bloodworth. I don't even know if this is this person's real name or not. Then you were dishonest about Sarabia. At first, and later you said he was the father of your children. Now he's not the father of your children. You're just being dishonest all across the board with the court, and I don't appreciate it. And dishonesty has nothing to do with nerves. You heard my questions. My questions were very specific. All right, this is what the court is going to do. Going to find you guilty. I'm going to recall the warrant. I'm going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years. There's to be no unsupervised contact.
Despite the frustration, notice something critical. Judge Boyd still chooses probation over incarceration. That's significant. Instead of sending Rubio to state jail immediately, the judge suspends the sentence and gives her 4 years of supervised probation. But look at the conditions piling up. No unsupervised contact with minors, CPS compliance, drug testing hotline, parenting classes, random field visits, no contact with co-defendants, employment requirements, treatment programs, restitution, community service. This isn't light probation, it's structured intervention. The court is essentially saying, you get freedom, but under tight monitoring to protect the children and community. And the CPS reference is huge. Even if Child Protective Services wasn't involved before, the judge wants oversight now due to drug use concerns. So here's the real takeaway. Rubio avoids jail, but probation becomes a high-pressure path. One violation, and that suspended sentence becomes real jail time. Let me ask you, is this fair accountability, or is it setting someone up to fail under too many rules?
Is CPS involved in your life?
No.
Well, I mean, why are you saying no? Like they should be. You're using meth and you're taking care of children. CPS should be involved in your life. So I'm going to want CPS compliance. If CPS is involved in her life, I don't know if they are or not. She's been dishonest with the court. I'm going to want the UA hotline until further notice. Intensive parenting classes. I'm going to want field visits, random, 1 time per month until further notice. Please check on the children. There's to be no contact with the person who she's saying may or may not be the child's father. There's to be no contact with Nicholas, Anthony, Sarabia. And that means if he's at the Bexar County Jail, and he calls you and you'll know it's coming from the jail because they're going to ask you if you'll accept the collect call, you need to hang up because otherwise I'm going to count that as contact. And it's easy to see if that's happening because they keep a record of every phone call from the jail. Do you understand? There's to be no contact with William Clark Gordon. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Taking consideration NIMAC number 716819. And Brittany, if you could do the rejection for me on that case. All right. All right. It's NIMAC number 716819. Grand jury number 785613, JN number 2097716. 200 hours of community service restitution, those will not be waived. TAP evaluation, and once the TAP evaluation is complete, she's going to start with intensive outpatient treatment. And the court is noting for the record that she's agreed she was acting as a party. With William Gordon and Nicholas Sarabia. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Oh, and I'm sorry, there's to be restitution, if any, to Kyle Burney, Kylleborne. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? I'm sorry?
I don't think so. I think everything sounds like it's gonna help.
Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Your children are depending on you to raise them, and they cannot be raised by you if you are using drugs.
This moment is less legal and more human. After going off the formal record, Judge Boyd gives Rubio direct life advice. Children can't be raised safely by someone actively using drugs. Judges often do this quietly, reminding defendants that courtrooms deal with consequences, but families deal with long-term damage. Addiction cases aren't just criminal, they're generational. The judge isn't yelling anymore, she's warning. The subtext is clear. Probation gives Rubio a chance, but the clock is ticking. And then, almost instantly, the courtroom moves to the next defendant. No emotional pause. That's the reality of criminal courts. Cases move nonstop, even when lives are hanging in the balance. Quick audience question. Do you think court systems do enough to help parents overcome addiction, or are they mostly focused on punishment? Now watch how differently the next case unfolds.
Using drugs. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. 2023 CR 4304, State of Texas versus Alexander Lee Politos. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Mitchell for the state.
Defense?
John Pettis for defense.
Are you Mr. Politos? Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Sorry, Judge. Say that again.
Have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Politos, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, it appears you're proceeding on the indictment as presented. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Politos, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with violation of sex offender registration annually? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now we move to a very different legal situation. Politos isn't charged with a new violent crime. He's charged with failing to comply with sex offender registration requirements. And this is critical. Registration laws are strict liability. That means intent doesn't matter. Either you registered on time or you didn't. Forgetfulness isn't a legal defense. The punishment range is heavy, 2 to 10 years in prison. So even missing paperwork deadlines can lead to serious consequences. The court defers guilt, offering deferred adjudication. That's a big opportunity. Complete probation successfully, and there's no final conviction. But the judge is skeptical when Politos says he simply forgot. Judges hear that explanation often, and compliance obligations are extremely clear. Here's a tough question. Should missing a registration deadline carry prison risk, or should penalties be lighter for nonviolent technical violations? Because now, the judge must decide how much leniency to extend.
You go to the court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Mr. Politos, why didn't you report?
Because Your Honor, I made a mistake and it slipped my mind and I'm not gonna deny.
No, you didn't make a mistake.
I
It's a
did.
choice.
It's a choice. Yes, I understand that.
So why didn't you report?
I just forgot, Your Honor. I'm not gonna lie.
How can you forget that?
Because I had a lot of going on right now and I guess
What was going on right now?
I had a lot to do with my job. I was working every day, constantly, every morning, and I tried to get a day off from my boss, but my boss was trying to be, I already asked for a day off, and once I get that day off, I gotta wait extra months just to get another day off. Because that's how my job likes to work, and I'm not gonna lie, sit here and lie to you.
All right, when people keep telling me they're not going to lie to me, or if they say in all due honesty or with all due respect, what's coming after that usually is not respect, not honesty.
But I know I accept this. I know I made my mistake and I accept my punishment, Your Honor.
No, I mean, it was a mistake. You made a choice.
Yes, sorry about that, Your Honor.
No. I mean, people always have a different definition of mistake than I have.
This exchange is powerful because it highlights a philosophical divide in courtrooms: mistake versus choice. Defendants often frame violations as accidents. Judges often see them as conscious decisions. Judge Boyd draws a line here. Registration isn't optional, and calling noncompliance a mistake minimizes responsibility in the court's eyes. But notice Politos accepts responsibility instead of arguing. That matters. Judges respond better to ownership than excuses. And this tone is very different from Rubio's earlier hearing. Here, despite frustration, the defendant seems cooperative, which may influence the judge's final decision. Audience check-in. Do you think courts should distinguish between intentional evasion and simple failure to manage responsibilities? Because coming up, the punishment balance becomes clearer.
I want to speak to this 180 days. Is this 180 days for punishment? What is it for?
It's punishment, Judge,
All right.
as a condition of deferred.
So is this the first time he's missed reporting?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, this is what the court will do. The court will sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. You must report. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Chapter 62 registration. He's to be supervised by the sex offender unit. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person, and the court saw that the deferred adjudication for his underlying case was only 3 years. That sort of tells me a little bit about that case. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be 100 hours of community service restitution. Since you're not allowed to do actual community service hours and there's no choice, I usually let people buy it out at $7.25 per hour. I'll let him buy that at $6 an hour.
Thank you, Judge.
There's to be a $500 fine that will be probated. Are there drug issues with you?
No, Your Honor.
There's to be regular UAs. He can do the patch if he wants to do the patch since he works. Now, does anybody want to speak to this 180 days?
Judge, just,
Is this something you all agreed to in order for him to have deferred?
yes, Judge.
But you had to put it outside the line? Okay.
I don't know why it was outside the line, but it was part of the agreement.
All right, 180 days in the Bexar County Jail as a condition. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there? Right, is there anything else you need from the court?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so it'll be 180 days in the Bexar County Jail as a condition of probation. How long have you already been in jail?
4 months, Your Honor.
Here's the compromise. Politos gets deferred adjudication but must serve 180 days in jail as a probation condition. However, he already served 4 months, so most of that time is credited. This shows judicial balancing, accountability without fully derailing someone's future. He avoids prison and keeps the opportunity to clear his record if probation is successful. Conditions include supervision, employment proof, drug testing, community service payments, and strict reporting. This is structured compliance, not casual probation. And interestingly, the judge even lowers the cost for buying out community service hours, showing practical flexibility. So here's the engagement question. Does partial jail time plus probation seem like a fair middle ground? Or should courts either go full punishment or full rehabilitation? Because the judge's final warning is about to underscore how serious future violations would be.
It for any time served with regards to that.
Thank you, Judge.
Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And because, yes,
Your Honor, I know that you didn't say field visits, but you do know that for someone.
yes,
I just wanted
that's
to
why I
make sure.
didn't.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All right, we can go off the record, and this court reporting is very important. You have to be in communication with your probation officer. If there's an issue with your employment, let probation know, because probation may be able to work around that. But with regards to the registration, you must register. If you do not, you're looking at potentially 10 years in the prison. So here on out, if your employer doesn't let you leave to register, and if you have not made some sort of arrangements to register, there's only one question you need to ask yourself. Is this job potentially worth me going to prison for 10 years? Because I will keep it, let me just say this, I will keep an open mind, but registration is like strict liability. It's, were you supposed to register and did you register? Those are the only two questions. You understand?
Yes.
This closing lecture is crucial. Judge Boyd explains registration laws in the simplest terms. Were you required to register, and did you do it? Nothing else matters. Employment conflicts, personal struggles, forgetfulness, those won't save someone if they fail again. The judge frames it perfectly. Is any job worth risking 10 years in prison? That's the reality Politos now faces. Unlike Rubio's emotional case involving children and addiction, this one centers on compliance and responsibility. And the judge leaves the door open, but only slightly. Future mistakes won't get the same leniency. One last audience question before we wrap. Should courts emphasize long-term monitoring like this, or focus more on rehabilitation programs? Because now it's time to break down what all this really means.
You're looking at potentially 10 years in the prison. So here on out, if your employer doesn't let you leave to register, and if you have not made some sort of arrangements to register, there's only one question you need to ask yourself. Is this job potentially worth me going to prison for 10 years? Because I will keep it, let me just say this, I will keep an open mind, but registration is like strict liability. It's, were you supposed to register and did you register? Those are the only two questions. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Please subscribe to help the channel.
Today's courtroom session shows two very different defendants facing two very different crossroads. Vanessa Rubio avoided immediate jail, but now faces strict probation due to drug use concerns and credibility issues. Her future depends on sobriety, compliance, and protecting her children's stability. Alexander Politos, meanwhile, avoided prison through deferred adjudication, but learned registration compliance is non-negotiable. One more failure could mean a decade behind bars. Judge Boyd's approach in both cases shows modern courts balancing punishment with opportunity. But opportunity comes with responsibility. Courts can give chances, but they can't live life for defendants. The broader lesson: honesty, compliance, and accountability matter as much as legal arguments. And small decisions, missing reports, using drugs, ignoring obligations, can snowball into life-altering consequences. And now we want to hear from you. Who handled their situation better? Which outcome felt fair or unfair? If you found this case as shocking as we did, Make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.